Hi, my name is Kylie Blacksell and I'm from Human Happiness, and welcome to your video tutorial on Ho'oponopono, which I would regard as the most powerful and effective healing technique known to man. I've been looking for a long time for healing techniques that I can use to help other people, and also that I can use to teach other people how to empower themselves and how to heal themselves. Because human happiness is all about empowering you to do the healing yourself. And I first stumbled across Ho'oponopono way back, oh my goodness, it must have been around about 2007, 2006. I'm sitting in my doctor's surgery and he starts going on about this I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And I'm like, okay. And I didn't really know what it meant or what he was doing. And then later, my naturopath a few years later, and then it came up again in my Drew Yoga teacher training course several times. And then I eventually researched into it, and now I use it on a regular basis as a part of my healing therapy program that I work with people. And now I'm very excited because I'm now able to offer this as a training program so that you can learn how to give yourself Ho'oponopono and give Ho'oponopono to your loved ones. Or in fact, if you are a practitioner, you can also use it for that as well. It is an ancient Hawaiian healing technique, and it is based on problem solving. It's a problem solving process of repentance, forgiveness and transmutation and cleansing. And it was learnt, it was modernised by a lady in Hawaii, and Dr. Hugh Len, which is where I've got the information from. Dr. Hugh Len utilised it back in the 80s in a very, very famous healing situation that he did. He was actually the resident psychologist at an institution in Hawaii for men who had committed horrendous crimes, rape and murder and things like that. And he was there for around about 3 or 4 years, from about 84 to 87, and he was working about 20 hours per week. But he didn't actually interact with the prisoners per se. He might have seen them as he was walking along in the corridor, and they might have yelled out a few words to him on the way past. But other than that, he didn't actually see them or sit down with or have any kinds of sessions with them. These men were often bound, they were chained, they were unable to leave the building, they didn't have any visitors, nobody wanted to come and visit these people. The staff morale was very, very low. There was lots of people taking a lot of sick leave, and the staff were actually quite afraid of interacting with the prisoners because they were so violent and so angry and so unpredictable. So Dr. Hugh Len, he used Ho'oponopono. That is all he did over these 3 years. So he worked 20 hours a week, and all he did was ask for their files. So he would sit there with a person's file, and he would work through what they were there for, what they did, what was going on for them, and then he would do the Ho'oponopono technique on them etherically from where he was to where they were. And after 3 years of being there, staff morale completely flipped. There wasn't any sick leave anymore. Staff morale was very high. The prisoners came out of their chains. They were able to go and do activities outside. They were actually able to do visits into the town, etc. They were having family visitors. And then after a few more years after that, they actually ended up closing down the institution because everyone basically got better. They were all rehabilitated and they didn't need the facility anymore. And this became quite a famous thing in the healing world. Quite a few people found out about it, and then a book was written, and I've obviously studied all of that work, and now I've been able to incorporate the Ho'oponopono using my Reiki techniques and my angel therapy techniques, and I've been able to come up with a technique that's really, really effective for healing, allowing people to heal themselves, but really shifting that energy from them, that old programming from them that they've been holding on to for a very long time through this technique. And the technique is essentially me as the practitioner, or you if you did decide to learn this technique, taking 100% responsibility for what you see in front of you. That's the first thing. So whoever has come to you for help, for healing, whether it's your family member or someone in your practice, if you are practicing some kind of healing therapy already, they are a mirror of you. There is stuff inside of them. The programming inside of them is actually equivalent to the programming inside of you, and it requires you finding that programming and then asking for forgiveness and for repentance, and to transmutate it and basically cleanse it and allow it to come back in the form of pure unconditional love, essentially. So I do incorporate quite a bit of my Reiki and healing therapy techniques in the training, but the training can also be done by someone who's not done any Reiki. I'd suggest that you have at least done Reiki 1. It'd be awesome if you've done Reiki 2, because then you can do the distance Reiki incorporated with the Ho'oponopono, but it's not actually essential. It is a very simple and easy to follow process, but it does require a level of surrender and a level of awareness that you can learn through the process of the training days. And it can be done by anyone, and it can be done obviously in the absence of the person that you're working with, that you wish to heal, or the relationship that you wish to heal. So it is really exciting that I'm able to offer this as a training program. That will start in, I would suggest, 2019, and it's open to anybody. Those who are able to do Reiki 2 will be able to go to a higher level with it, but it's not essential. You can successfully do this training program without that. And it is very, very effective and beautiful. It's a beautiful thing to do, and it actually helps you just as much as it helps the other person. So there's lots and lots of positives for you in this setup as well. So I hope that was helpful in explaining a little bit about what Ho'oponopono is, and I look forward to seeing you maybe in a training program coming up in the future. Thank you.